It takes just one mosquito to destroy the livelihoods, the health, and the hope of entire families. One mosquito infected with malaria that targets children, pregnant women, and those living in poverty more than any others. Malaria infects 500 million people and takes 1 million lives each year. But we can help. Malaria is both preventable and treatable. Together, Lutherans can make a big difference in the global fight against malaria. That's why Lutheran World Relief and the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod have joined forces to work on the Lutheran Malaria Initiative, a movement to combat malaria in Africa, where 90% of malaria deaths occur. In fact, we've already gotten started. By providing treated bed nets and working with local communities on prevention and treatment, we are already making an impact. In Uganda, Lutheran World Relief has distributed 10,000 bed nets to displaced people returning home and reached more than 100,000 people with malaria messages. In Tanzania, we've trained more than 1,700 pastors, Sunday school teachers, and health workers to help fight malaria. Their efforts have reached more than 1 million Lutherans with messages on the symptoms, the dangers, and the ways to prevent and treat malaria. And in Mali, local volunteers and leaders are training their communities through workshops, posters, and radio spots on how to properly use mosquito nets. This project will reach nearly 400,000 people. This is just the beginning. Together, we can make an even bigger impact. Together, we can help end malaria deaths in Africa by 2015. One gift, one offering, one Sunday collection can protect countless lives from this deadly disease. $1 can help a child with malaria get the medicine he or she needs to regain health. Just $10 can provide one family with a new bed net. $50 can cover the cost of malaria prevention messages on a local radio station. And just $300 can train a healthcare worker to diagnose and treat malaria. Lutherans everywhere are being asked to join us in this global fight to help our brothers and sisters in Africa. Each of us has the power to make a difference, the power to help protect the lives of women and children who need our help. We invite you to put your faith into action by praying for those whose lives are affected by malaria, learning more about the issue and sharing it with others, considering a gift or a pledge to enable the Lutheran Malaria Initiative and our partners to serve even more people in need. The Lutheran Malaria Initiative, restoring health, inspiring hope.
Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Angela Sharpe. Now joining me in the studio is Martha Mitkos and Vicki Biggs, here to talk about that video we saw and the Lutheran Malaria Initiative. Hi ladies, how are you today?
Great, thank you.
Now we just saw the video. What is the most important thing that we want to get across?
Well, the first part of the initiative is really educating the community as to what we can be doing. There are almost 1 million people dying each year of malaria. And it is a preventable disease. It's something that we can manage here in the United States by using the gifts that we have to support them.
Absolutely. And on the video, we saw the dollar amounts. And if you think about, I mean, there's very little dollar amounts in order to get quite a message across.
Yes, one of the things that the UN Foundation was looking for in working with Christian entities was that they could mobilize a large number of people and working on a disease of poverty, affect it with very little dollars.
Right, and like we saw the $50 to get radio out there. The most important part is warning people, or is it the prevention, or is it kind of both?
It's a combination of everything. For $10, you're basically providing an individual with an insecticide-treated bed net that is good for a number of years and can be retreated after 3 years should the net still be in good condition. It provides them with the education on how to utilize the nets, and prevention, treatment, and medication for those that are infected with malaria.
Right, well, we have a lot more coming up. You guys just stick around with me for a little bit. Sure. We'll have a lot more on the Malaria Initiative, the Lutheran Malaria Initiative, with Martha and Vicki. Don't go anywhere. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on in St. Louis. You can friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can always watch us streaming live on STLTV.net. We'll be right back. Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Angela Sharpe. We've been talking with Martha and Vicki about the Lutheran Malaria Initiative. Now, you were telling us a little bit about the dollar amounts and what it can go to help people.
Right. For $10, you can purchase a bed net that will provide care and education to an individual in Africa, as well as any kind of medication or treatment that's needed should they contract malaria. And we're doing this through our partner churches in Africa. So we already have established relationships with them in what they call the last mile communities. These are communities that do not have access to any sort of government treatment or assistance because they're so far out in these regions.
Right, and you were telling me about a study that they did?
The Methodist Church actually was one of the first churches that the UN Foundation had approached to work with in this nature. And they had done a study, a baseline of 55% net usage throughout these regions. They did a study where the government had implemented a program and the church had implemented a program. And when the government had done it, it increased. It went to 62%. But when it was done through the church, it had increased to 87%. So because of the trust they already have established in these regions, it really helps to be able to get the message out, and it saves lives.
Absolutely, and that's a good reason to get involved with the Lutheran Malaria Initiative, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Absolutely. Well, how can people find out more information, learn how they maybe can donate, or just have questions?
Sure, they can contact us at the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, or we also have a website, www.lutheranmalaria.org.
Right, we got that on the screen for everybody right there.
Yes, and they can also contact us anytime at the LCMS, and my number there is 314-996-1322, and we'd be more than happy to speak with them individually about supporting the initiative.
Absolutely. And how long have you guys been doing this? How long has this been running?
Well, the initiative actually started about 4 years ago with all of the baseline work to try and figure out how this was going to actually happen. We've been working officially in the last few months after it was approved by our Synod a year ago at convention.
Oh, very nice. And so have you already started going out there?
We have started meeting with our individuals. Lutheran World Relief has already begun doing some work in Tanzania and Kenya, and we are going to start our work in Kenya, and Nigeria will be the first countries that we'll be working in.
Angela, I would like to just add that since we had our convention last summer, which voted overwhelmingly to support the Lutheran Malaria Initiative, we've raised already $1 million toward our work in Africa.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Yeah, we're very excited, and we're very thankful to everyone who's made a gift so far.
Absolutely, and that's a lot of money, but there's still a lot more that can be done. You need a lot more donations, I assume.
Yeah, the campaign goal is to raise $45 million by 2013. So there's lots of room for more people to get involved.
Absolutely. And if they just have questions, maybe they want to know more about what it exactly is you do, you guys are willing to answer those questions as well?
Definitely.
Absolutely. Let's remind everybody where they can do that again.
Sure, they can find more information at www.lutheranmalaria.org, or they can contact us at the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod at 314-996-1322.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for being with me here, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. We've got a lot more coming up on STL TV. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going around St. Louis. You can friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can always watch us streaming live on STLTV.net. Coming up next, we'll be talking with Leanne Taylor for Cooking with Kids. Stay tuned.